Okay, in today's video we're going to learn how to sketch a graph, and this time we're going to use the gradient intercept form. So there's two steps that you need to do. The first is you want to locate the y-intercept, and the second thing that you do is that you use the gradient to find a second point. Okay, let's look at our first example. So the first thing actually you should do, which I didn't put in there, is you should make sure that your equation is in the form y is equal to mx plus c, because that's going to make it a lot easier for you. You can only really work out what the y-intercept and the gradient are if you have the equation in this form. Okay, so we do have this one in the form y equals mx plus c. So let's find out our y-intercept. So that's quite easy, because the y-intercept, remember, is just c. So the y-intercept in this case is just at -1. So to be at the point 0, -1. So I'm going to plot that on my graph. So 0, -1 would be about here. Okay, next thing I have to do is work out my gradient. Now my gradient is the value of m. So in this case, the gradient is 3. Now, it's always best to think of the gradient as a fraction, so 3 would be 3 over 1, because the gradient, remember, is the rise over the run. And the rise just tells us how much it goes up the y-axis, and the run is telling us how far we move along the x-axis. So what we do is we start at our original point, our y-intercept, and the run in this case is 1, okay? So that means I'm going to move 1 point to the right. So I'll just put it here. Now the rise is 3. So that means I'm going to go up 1 from here, 1, 2, 3 points. My second point would be here. Now what point is that? So if I go over 1, my x-coordinate is 1. And if I've gone up 3, then my x-coordinate is 2. So I've gone up 3 from -1. So that's my second point. And now I've got 2 points and I can sketch my graph. So just draw a straight line through and you're done. Okay, so this video is just going to go through 3 more examples. So you're welcome to just try these examples on your own if you think you understand. If not, you can follow along with me until you're confident to try it on your own. Okay, second example, y is equal to -4x. So in this case, the y-intercept is just 0, because this technically is plus 0, but obviously we don't have to write that in. So the y-intercept is 0, so that means it's going through the graph at 0, 0. Now the gradient in this case is equal to -4, and as a fraction that's -4 over 1. That means I have a rise of -4. That basically means instead of going up, we're going to go down. And the run, again, is 1. So I'm going to go to the right 1. So from this point, from our y-intercept, I'm going to go to the right 1 and down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm just sketching. I'm just doing this approximately, as you can see. So that would be the point 1, -4. Okay, so I forgot to write this one in here. So those are the 2 points on my line. I can now sketch a straight line through those 2 points, and that's the line y is equal to -4x. Okay, let's go on to example number 3. So here, again, the y-intercept is just going to be this value here. So in this case, the y-intercept is -4. So we should write it as a coordinate. It's at the point 0, -4. So the y-intercept is going to be down here, say. If I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, -4. Now let's look at the gradient. Okay, in this case, the gradient is a fraction, 2/3. So that means my rise is 2, so I'm going to go 2 up. from my original point, and my run is 3. So again, I'm always going to go right with the run. Okay, so if I go to the right 3, 1, 2, 3, and then I go up 2, 1, 2, that's my point there. So what point is that? I've gone over 3, so the x-coordinate must be 3, and I've gone up 2, so from -4, I've gone up 2, so my y-coordinate must now be -2. Okay, and there's my 2 points. I'll draw, I'll draw a, oh, that was really bad, but sorry, you can imagine that should have gone straight through that line. But there's our line. Y is equal to 2/3 x minus 4. Okay, last example. Now remember at the beginning I said that you always need to have it in the form y is equal to mx plus c. So in this case we don't have it in that form, so we're going to have to rearrange the equation. So the first thing I'm going to do is subtract x from both sides. So I end up with 3y is equal to 6 minus x. Okay. We like to have the x first, so I'm going to swap those around so that I have 3y is equal to -x plus 6. And now I need to divide both sides by 3, which leaves me with just y on the left. This is technically like -1x, so that becomes -1/3 x plus 6 divided by 3 is 2. So there is my equation. Now that I have it in the form y equals mx plus c, I can go ahead with the question. So first thing I need is the y-intercept. So in this case, the y-intercept is 2, so it's at the point 0, 2. So if I go there 0, 1, 2. And my gradient is -1/3. So that means I have a rise of 1, but because it's negative, I'm going down. And I have a run of 3. And again, always going to the right. So I'm starting here. I'm going to the right by 3. So 1, 2, 3. And I go down 1. So I'm at this point here. Now what is that point? Well, I've gone along 3. So my x-coordinate must be 3. And I've gone down 1. So I was at 2. I've gone down 1. So that point there is a point 3, 1. And I've got my 2 points, so now I can draw a straight line through those points. Okay? And that's it. That's it for this video. So you can go ahead and work on your summary now. So you might just want to give a quick summary of how you find or how you plot just using the gradient and the y-intercept, and then your question and your answer.